Hello, I'm R.M. Vaughan. It's not a new idea, Open Book Toronto. It's various industries, cultural industries in this country have tried to promote Canadian-specific buying over the years. The Canadian Magazine Associations have promoted Canadian magazine buying. Canadian film industry obviously does everything it can to promote people going to Canadian films. So it's obviously not a new idea. I like the fact that it's focused sort of from province to province or city to city, and that it makes people more aware of the fact that, yeah, you know, you live in a community, and within that community there are people who make things, and you might want to know about it. You might even enjoy it. A Canadian book can be science fiction, murder mystery, historical fiction, romance, horror story. It could be a smart, sassy, urban book. This image of the Canadian book being exclusively a kind of rural and family-based story is choking the industry. I went to my local Kohl's, and my mother was with me, and my mother of course went straight down the fiction aisle to see if she could see my book. And she came back to me and she said, you know, your book isn't on the shelf. Why isn't your book on in this store? And that to me is a kind of classic Canadian author situation. And I've told this story to other Canadian authors, and they all have parallel stories. Like, just getting the books into the store seems to be really difficult. I don't know why. It would be really easy to blame a big boogeyman like the Indigo Chapters conglomerate, but I'm not sure that's exactly the right reason. I cannot think of a time as a Canadian writer when I have not been having this conversation, or a variation on this conversation. And I'm now probably close to my 20th year of living as a writer. The next generation of authors coming up behind me will be the ones to possibly finally break this whole mold. And they might come of age in a world where their books are simply books. They're not Canadian books. They will simply be books.